have seen their priority up here. The last pick for Detonation focused me into that one. It is going to be this Gnar, which honestly has been a great pick for Ebby in the past as well, to the point where they would just blind pick this champion as a first or far up the lane.
Boss pushed up quite a bit here. Ebby going in as well, is about to turn Mega. Will have the flash wallop in just a second. Parkour across the wall, flash in, they're looking for Boss. He still has the flash to try and get away, but the wallop will connect, stunned up, and DFM get first blood. It's actually continuing to push towards the Unicorns of Love tower. Aria will get it to crash in, perhaps just shadowing him. There's the chain, still going in, flash, Zenith Blade, they're looking for it. No man's underneath the tower, is dead before he can even shockwave.
He found it and didn't even have to burn a flash from the side of Aria. Down in the bot lane, they tried to go for a play with a stack minion wave towards Unicorns of Love instead, but we're not even done.
Oh, the ward jump into the kick there onto Ebby. Will gnar them into the wall, but he doesn't have a flash. He doesn't really have a hope of getting away from this one. Boss switches forms, Ebby tries to jump, and Boss with the hyper here should just do enough damage. One more auto would be enough. The Sonic Wave shot, there's the auto, as Boss will take it.
And
the CIS, usually he was the one that everyone was focusing on. Everyone was getting into his lane to get him ahead. Here, he's the one sacrificing a little bit of his laning phase to make sure that his top lane Jace has the advantage.
Yeah, and it's also super easy for them because they're not being punished right now. They can go on to this tier 2 turret across map. It's not coming through either because in the minimap, they had a lot of good vision towards the bottom lane as well at the same time, which meant that Unicorns of Love bottom lane, they knew exactly when they needed to back off, when they can move forward. Now they saw Steel clear out the ward. Now they're backing off, but it's already too late. They already got 2 top lane towers.
Huge gold swing there for the Unicorns of Love at the 11-minute mark. They are 1,200 gold ahead.
Cross map instead, which is also an option. So when Detonation Focus Me starts up this Drake, you just try to put your resources in mid lane. Line coming into this one, but how they find that pick, that's going to be the interesting part.
Gang going in, Santa's locked up, and there's the chains, and there's the kill. Gang will take out his fellow supporters.
Back onto the Drake, they should still be able to take this.
Gang going in, and Alisix going to dodge away with the safeguard. Aria jumping across the wall as well. There's a shockwave lands onto Ebby and Gang, but Gang has the stopwatch and the bullet time coming out as well. Aria's going to try and put the damage down. Argonaut with a culling of his own will force them away. Dragon secured for DFM though.
Yeah, but that should always go to the side of DFM, but I like the way that each ultimate, which is kind of from out there, Ebby, or Aria rather,
will be okay. 200 HP remaining. Mid lane tier 1, the target here for the Unicorns, and they should be able to secure it with the Rift Herald charging in. There it goes.
The owner Rakan matchup that we already highlighted.
Aria looking for Noman's here. Noman's does still have the flash. The chains connect. Noman should have just flashed that. He hasn't had a hope in hell of surviving a lot of this game, or at least getting an advantage. Noman's here caught with the Zenith Blade once again. He does still have the flash, but the stun lands from the Solar Flare, and Noman's flashes and still tier 1 from this. They don't really have the wave to push for anything further, but they will get at least the mid prio and that first tower.
If they want to contest.
Unicorns of Love do have the vision advantage, but that ward in the pit is going to spot them out. Steel jumps in a little bit late. Ebby on the flank, but doesn't have the Mega Gnar stacked up. DFM might decide they don't want this fight because Ebby's only halfway towards raging out. He will continue to aggro the Grump, it will reset, but he continues to build that bar up. Aria on a ward, Gang going forward, there's the Zenith Blade. Ebby still a long way away from the Mega Gnar, the quickness coming out from Santos as well, the culling following up. Solar Flare hits onto the backline and the bullet time's going to rip through them! A great kick by Ananasik, but he's caught out with the chains. Down towards the bottom side of the fight, you can see Santos is running away. Ananasik able to escape from Aria for the moment with the safeguard. Now we move down towards the bottom lane, still going in with the rake. Gang on the chase as well, no flash, but does have the Zenith Blade. Santos dives in with the grand entrance, battle dances his way out. Steel exhausted, Shockwave goes wide, Gore Drinker for the slow, but they just can't get in range, and the double up will not bounce.
They're just too fast, and minion waves, they don't have the bot lane minion wave.
He's on the chase, another one's going to come out across this wall, and Steel is going to be on the flank. He's all on his lonesome, but here comes the TP from Ebby. DFM want this fight, and they want it now. They're looking for Noman's, the kick away from Ananasik, but Noman's is still chased down. DFM continue to advance. Ebby not getting the Mega Gnar yet. Bullet time coming out. Boss just missed with the shock blast, but he's going to get chased down with the Zenith Blade. And there's the Solar Flare, and here's the follow-up. Argonaut tries to flash away, but you can't flash away from Aria. DFM with 3 quick HP left on the Baron, and Ananasik's going to try and safeguard in here, but I don't even know if he can get close enough in time. 3,000 HP on the Baron, and the Unicorns of Love will have to give this one up. Aria acting well as a bodyguard here, keeping Ananasik at arm's length. Life for LNG second, and if you can get to second place, at least in this group, you have a much easier to make it to group stage.
Yeah, I completely agree. And now, with this Red Bull Baron power play, they're pushing in the bottom side with a stacked minion wave. They have Ahri in the mid lane, and instead of trying to broadening the map too much, they're just combining their strength right now in members and shoving down 2 lanes instead of all 3. And I like this because it's way easier just clearing these towers. Why make it harder for yourself when you're already in a position to just take down your opponent way easier?
Yeah, and you really want to sync these waves up as well, which is something DFM aren't doing well here. Double cannon minions in the bottom lane. Arya a little bit away from the wave in the mid lane. As Unicorns of Love, 5 members strong, grouped up down towards this bottom side. Arya continues to push in mid. The cannon minions will go down towards the bottom. Arya does have a wave here on that mid lane. Inhibitors Tower didn't take too much damage though. Misfortune, not the longest range AD carry, of course, does have some long range abilities, but her auto attack range pretty close and tight to her opponents. So very difficult for her to step up and really auto down that tower.
Yeah, and look what they're doing right now, because they need to sync the waves again. So they're not actually attacking the minion wave. They need Arya to clear it faster. So both mid lane and bot lane minion wave collapses at the same time. And Unicorns of Love, they'll have issue having way too many resources down in one lane.
Solar Flare going in, and Anasik jumps onto Udapon on the backline. He's going to pop the stopwatch chance going in with quickness as well. Shadow Assault has been popped, and already Udapon is down, and Anasik will fall as well, and Evi goes in with an R, but the flashes away from Unicorns of Love. Arya has rejoined the fray. No man's able to escape. Santa's going back in. Gang dives forward with the Zenith Blade. Santa's ticking just about enter from the mid lane. DFM entering from the top side near their blue buff, still going in. Santa's going to dodge away. There's the culling onto Gang, and that's half of Leona's health. Arya dives into the back line, and look at the burst. Argonaut, less than 300 HP. He's going to eat the Honey Fruit to try and heal himself up. Nomans has the TP, and Unicorns of Love will try and delay this, but Arya continues dodging in, dodging out, still unkilled in this game, still unkilled on the block in summer. DFM waiting on this dragon, not really aggroing it, maybe waiting for Evi to build up that Mega Gnar. Arya goes in onto Nomans again, and Nomans shields himself a little bit too late. The dragon resets.
Evi almost Mega Gnar as well. It's halfway there. She can tell they are looking as well.
And Anasik goes in with the dragon secure. That's the Mounted Soul going over to DFM. Still looking for the back line. The bullet time rips them to shreds. And the Unicorns go extinct like the mythical beast they are. Santa's forced away. No Man's trying to dodge away to the side as well, but he still has the shockwave here, just in case he needs to fight this one out. Santa's and No Man's trying to do what they can. Udapon with the slow, still chasing. DFM really want these kills so that they can get the Baron flash away from Steel. Arya going in, lands onto Santos, that's one. No Man's should be able to walk this one out, but the TP comes in and Evi's on the chase. Arya will take it. DFM clean up the fight.
Yeah, but it was very messy. While this happened, and Anasik, he was able to get the mid lane priority, so they don't have to worry about getting pushed in at their inhibitors already. Bot lane is shoving in, but now your entire team is up towards the top side. You can threaten the Baron now, and it should go over to DFM. Unicorns of Love here with Anasik. Trying to be stealthy here. I don't think there's much he can do in this position. Gang coming around as well. He should be done.
Yeah, it's the Solar Flare. Udapon's going to chase him down. Kick away, and Anasik will get to the blast cone and manages to survive for the time being. But the Baron is still being focused down by DFM. Really, they're just trying to keep this jungler away from the Baron for as long as possible. They will kill him. Splits up the death timers as well, meaning that DFM with Baron will have a man advantage for the next 41 seconds.
They can even get a bigger man advantage if they look for this one.
Oh, Argonaut!
What?
Oh, Arya, undefeated on LeBlanc in the LGL and currently looking to be undefeated so far at Worlds 2021.
And what was the stat? You told me about his LeBlanc at the start of this game, Medic.
Unkilled on LeBlanc in summer, and he continues to be so far this game. Gang flashes in, DFM looking to end this right here, right now. There goes the kill onto No Man's. Boss trying to join the fray. Evi will die. Gang going in once again with the Zenith Blade. Boss pops the stopwatch, but there's a double to steal. 6-0-4. Add one more to the score for DFM. The inhibitor's now their target, and they have no time on Anasik, but they do still have at least 15 seconds on Argonaut. And Anasik alone defended his base right now. Yeah,
but your wave clear sucks as Lee Sin. It's also Baron up minions. There's not much you can do about this situation. I think DFM, they're going to try and take it now.
They were chasing Anasik off at the Nexus will go down as DFM secure their first win at Worlds 2021. Instead, it's Jarvan in the top lane. PK will be bringing the standard of Demacia up into that lane.
And this is interesting because
there's the Q. Dragon Strike has been used, so there's no flank drag combo. Crazy could look for the stun underneath the tower. Here's Mojito catching the wave. TP coming in as well from Galatasaray. Counter TP immediately burnt. They might continue to look for this. There's the root, and already PK has to try and flash away, but he's stunned up, locked down, and Galatasaray with a perfect execution of that dive. Now Mawam is in for a world of hurt underneath this tower. Crazy will die, but it's a double for the cannon.
But what a nice setup as well from Galatasaray. This is
Herald team, they want to keep the goal ticking over in the early game, and they do still get, 60% of all Drakes in their game, but this isn't usually their focus when it comes to first completed items. Mythics on their way across the board, and PK has to be careful. There's the root, Sublime just say a talent into the slicing maelstrom, and PK doesn't have a moment to react. TP's coming in from Mawan, but you can see Balulu TPing in himself. Realm Warp's going to chase them down. Mawan does have the shockwave, flashes away, pulls Balulu back, but where's the rest of the team? Husha is on his way. Rift Herald going down in the top lane as well as Husha comes in. Crescent Guard available. That Rift Herald should charge in and just take down this tower. Flash forward from Husha, will take one. He's looking for two as Balulu is able to walk away, and the Rift Herald charges.
You don't have the mythic items. Right now, there's no Cauldron going. Your own jungler, they're looking for Balulu though, no flash.
Balulu doesn't have flash, as you say. Temper Fate coming out as well. There's the shockwave. Balulu trying to walk away, but double flash follow. No flash on Mojito, no flash on Crazy does make this a little bit more tricky. We'll see if Xerxton can put a good Tempered Fate down
for these items.
I expect we'll see him go back and get that next item soon, of course. Things like the mana
lead and keep it while still, being a bit slow as we've seen them in the past. We'll see if they're actually going to amp up the pace a bit.
As you see, Beyond able to step forward, but he's still on the ward. The Dragon's almost gone. Mojito going in. There's the Temper Fate onto the Dragon.
Oh!
Supreme display of talent onto the backline. And here comes Crazy. Blue team steals the Cloud Drake as the fight really begins. Galatasaray take it. They take the fight. They clean it up. Husha forced down towards the bottom side of it. Mojito will chase him down. It's a 3-for-2 in favor of Galatasaray.
Will go wrong from you, and that's why it's so slow. That's why this setup needs to be right. But TP coming in now from the side of Orianna.
PK going in for the fight. Crazy there with the slicing maelstrom as well. But the Cataclysm will lock Crazy in spot. This is what they wanted to do in the early game, but they just can't get the damage down. Balulu once again comes to save his teammate. Temper Fate goes wide, but the rest of Galatasaray are here. Mojito takes one. Mawan, you pop the stopwatch, but you're going to get popped immediately afterwards. Crazy gets his 5th kill of the game, and the chase is on. Realm War behind them. Husha diving in, looking for a live. Balulu going in on towards the backline, trying to catch out Doggo. Mojito there with the stopwatch. You can see Balulu just surviving, but Doggo takes the double. And perhaps a little bit too greedy there from Galatasaray.
Yeah, going forward right into Doggo. The one member who's performing on Beyond, and they might not be done yet. Crazy's still very low, doesn't have that slicing maelstrom. So let's see, there he goes. But it looks like they're just going to be able to get away from this one with the Bard Portal as well. Types of damage.
Well, Galatasaray going to give up their mid.
Doesn't seem like it's coming.
Xerxton still has a Tempered Fate. Are they going to use it? They use it a little bit too late, but they still get Mawan. Doggo's going to jump away. Mojito trying to get in, but PK's going to lock him up, and Beyond look like they just want to back away from this
in the game.
I don't mind a cloud. Oh, Ezreal jumps in. Mojito could just look for the supreme display of balance as he tries to catch out the Ezreal, but he just doesn't have the damage. The Frozen Heart working overtime, but Crazy flashes in. And in the end, it is Xerxton who takes the kill. All of Beyond tried to dive in and save their AD carry, and Crazy may have gone a little bit too deep here for Galatasaray as the chase is on. Cataclysm coming out as well. No shockwave available, but the bullet time will rip them to pieces. Mojito takes a great bit of position. Team fights are incredibly strong. With the Baron now, they can continue to push in, but you can see in the TCL, it looks like Beyond have decided third time is not the charm for them. They will give up this Cloud TP ward here as he's going to come in. Beyond may want to turn this before Crazy can join the fight. Kino stepping forward, Husha there as well. There's the Cataclysm onto a live. But Mojito goes in with a supreme display of talent. Triple stopwatch popped. Husha going in. Crazy on the backline. That slicing maelstrom was so beautiful. Sublime team fight from a Galatasaray, a clean ace from the TCL.
Despite Xerxton ulting away the targets that was about to be supreme display of talent, Crazy still finds a crazy position to come in with the slicing maelstrom, and that is just the strength that we have been talking about in Galatasaray. It may be slow, but it's finding these leads in the individuals and then find that final fight towards the late game where you just outplay your opponents with your lead. This is the style of Galatasaray, and they make it work with what I'm quite comfortable to say is an upset against Beyond here.
That was a beautiful final team fight from Galatasaray, the TCL #1 seed, will take their first game here out with the cow in the bottom lane.
Reason why I really don't like it in this instance is because Perkz is playing Silas.
Oh, yeah.
That is a free Alistar ultimate that he can get for himself. He can't walk up and shove the lane in, and Fudge can just keep his freeze going as Fudge does.
Aria will flash away here early. Vulcan, though, with a flash follow. The Zenith Blade connects, and Perkz is in there. Aria trying to dodge away, but First Blood goes over to...
It's quite far away. I think they're going to go for this dive in the top side.
Blabber's on his way as well, but there is the Gnar stolen away. Perkz gets him against the wall, but doesn't get the stun for all as Duet still comes out, and goodbye, Abby. Fudge and Perkz secure the kill. Very much one way, my friend. The solo duos are working out well for C9. It has, I mean, calling it like...
They are building themselves. Some Drake stacking here in the early game for potential early... Oh, okay.
Vanguard Judge coming out from Fudge as he looks to trade on Abby underneath the tower. Abby tries to flash away, but Fudge solo kills the Gnar. He will fall for it. One play already down in the mid lane. Aria will try and pick up the gold, get the auto attack on the tower to make sure you pick up the gold, but there's the supreme display of talent into the solar flare. Flash across the wall, Gang going in as well. He has to flash away, and the Rift Herald was a bit of a bait here as C9 look to take the fight. Chains coming out, Gang caught up, does have that unbreakable will, has popped it. Damage reduction is not enough. And
so you said no turret has been taken. Well, Medic, I present to you a fall in mid lane.
You're just too damn smart, man.
Well, anyways, objective control from Cloud9 in general has been better this game from that we usually see. Like, this early Drake stacking wasn't something we saw in playoffs from Cloud9.
Blabber's already got Gore Drinker. Everfrost is complete on Perkz. Fudge steps forward straight into Gang. He's going to try and trade in here. The flawless duet hits onto two, dashing around, but you just can't survive being channeled over there. Perkz will be able to take this tier 1 in the top lane, and C9 continue to assert their dominance across the map. Well, for the price of one.
He gets out, but the problem is right now that the reset has been coming through. You're not strong enough as Detonation Focus Me to force anything else on the map. So while Aria is pushing in a bot lane turret, the tier 2 turret is worth way more gold, and you open up such a huge portion of the map. So as Cloud9 now, you can get the tempo advantage with the reset, you can push in the mid lane on the next one, and then you try to do the same.
You have to come to Baron, because we might be doing it.
Even if they do Baron, they have a LeBlanc, they have a Jhin. Like, those are not too good picking up the Infernal right now, putting them on Soul Point. DFM is on a timer.
Yeah. 100% Infernal.
To top side, not only when he has Prio, but also losing waves for it, netting his teammate, and that takes some trust.
Fudge going to be jumped on here. TP coming in as Vanguard's Edge as well, and Fudge turns it back around. C9 were waiting for this. They were lying in wait. DFM invests a ton into the top lane, but the Gnar brings the Gnar back. It's another double for Perkz as he goes 4-0-2 so far in the game. He's looking to make it 5. Gang caught out. It's a triple for the C9 mid lane.
Fudge rather coming in from the mid lane as well to clean up the mid lane minion wave. And no one, realistically speaking, should be able to contest this Baron. They should put Cloud9 in a very favorable position, not only going into taking down the tier 2s, but also towards the Soul that is respawning in 3 minutes.
The Baron near that last fray in the top lane, 7,000 and a bit gold lead now for Perkz as he goes in. Unbreakable will stolen away from the Alistar. Anything you can do, Perkz can do better right now as they push in the mid lane. C9 looking to close this one out lickety split. As the inhibitor tower falls as well. Ebby continues to push in the side lane. He does have TP, but how much are you going to give up for Ebby to get at least a little bit more gold? Inhibitor in the mid lane falls. C9 just want to close this one out as quickly as they can, let's be honest, because Ebby continues to not be with the team, and they've jumped onto Gang. Perkz with the Unbreakable will match Gangs of his own. Supreme Display of Talent misses Aria. Gang still alive. C9 now looking to dive as Aria has to jump away. Second Inhibitor, their next target.
And this is one of the things with C9, they're so effective with that Baron power play. We've seen it so many times. Their issues in the past used to be, oh, we can't get Baron. But this time around, against Detonation Focus Me, completely...
Need something miraculous. Need something pulled from a hat as Gang goes in. Supreme Display of Talent disengages him. The Solar Flare coming out as well. No Unbreakable will on that Alistar. No ult for him as the jump comes in from Perkz into the 9 to the stopwatch. Crescent Guard tries to catch Perkz out, but he's able to get away for the moment. Flashes out. Ebby gets the stun onto one. Blabber will fall. DFM have 1 kill in this fight so far. Curtain Call coming out as well as Fudge is forced away. Aria jumping in. Fudge low. Aria will dash back out.
And that's the closest you're going to get a Detonation Focus Me that fight.
C9 just in such a strong position right now. As you say, like...
Unicorns.
Unicorns, thank you. Earlier on today, They're still in a very strong position to make it to the knockout stage, but C9 are vying for that first spot, and Aria once again vying to die. Second death this summer on the LeBlanc as the chase goes on. Ebby forced away towards the top side. He's going to nab and not get a stun. Perks diving double nexuses into 3, and he's just too damn tanky. You just can't kill him. Gang will fall. Perks gets another double, and C9 announce themselves on the world stage with a win versus DFM. They're going to play with their food a little bit on the Nexus here. Unipon forced back. The minions will do the work for Cloud9 as the curtain call comes out. And Vulcan will counter curtain call. Perks can't hit the target. Nexus falls. Cloud9 with the win.
If this detonation focused me, would bring out Vayne mid. Nomans has these unconventional pick. You know, if there's a mid laner that would do it, I believe it would be Nomans.
I'll give you that one. Vakan is the final pick here for Galatasaray. We'll see.
For both of them. Even Santa's higher level than his AD carry. Just because he's been shoved off.
Galatasaray, if they want to take this fight, and Anasik continues to step forward, has to subjugate, has that level 6. Boss trading with Crazy off towards the top side. Hallowed Ground going to do a lot of work. Rift Herald secured. Boss jumps away. And, flash forward here. There's the stun card. They're looking for Boss. He's already used the hookshot wall dive. Hexagon made him coming out as well. Boss is ticking. And the Ignite will not quite be enough to secure that kill. However, the Rift Herald will tank up this tower. Santa's coming in from the side. No man's there as well. There's the first bandage toss. Zergsting is low. Bullet time gets the first kill. Second and third go over to Galatasaray, though, as an Anasik is now underneath the tower. We'll be able to get one in response, but that's a great play there for Galatasaray. They get the Rift Tower charging in. They get 3 plates in the top lane, and they manage to pick up 3 kills.
Yeah, so they're still going to get the plates here. The gold is being shared, and down towards the bottom side of the map, Argonaut is finally getting some gold for himself. He's quite slow. They don't mind just waiting around for these next types of objective, but I would love to see...
Right now it's Crazy who will be the target of Unicorns of Love's attentions. Destiny available for Balulu. Crazy underneath the tower. Hallowed Path coming in. There's the gate as well from Balulu looking for the Sun card. Will lock up one. Santa's shot to the tower. Crazy survives. Balulu pops the stopwatch. No man's coming in. Flash into the distortion. Gets enough damage to kill off Crazy, but Ananasic now on the wrong side of the rift. He's dead. Boss, you dive too deep. You have died too greedily. Another kill. Oh, wow.
No way.
Galatasaray just all over the map. They're just wiping the floor with the Unicorns of Love. They're mopping them up.
And that's the individual lead we always talk about with Galatasaray. I mean, Mojito might even go for another.
Shadow Assault will slow him down, and No Man's able to distort away. Should be able to get to safety here underneath this tower.
But in the end, very...
For Galatasaray at the 12-minute mark, 4,500 if we're being precise. As the TP comes in, and you said you wanted to see more action from Galatasaray. Well, they are pulling the trigger at every opportunity, and they are firing shots at Unicorns of Love. No Man's forced away. Santa's trying to dodge away as well, but No Man's ticking down with the Ignite will die to the cards. The deck is stacked against them as Galatasaray continue to push forward.
Any leverage or any extra golden experience, so now we finally start seeing Mojito excel himself in the jungle.
And the problem for Unicorns of Love is, unless you hit either a chain or a bandage toss, this is what's going to happen. You're going to chase and you're going to chase after Mojito, and you are going to die because you chase. You can't lock down a Talon. Destiny coming in from Balulu. Ananasic, third time he dies in 14 minutes of action. He has been totally shut down. This is a pick he was undefeated on in his home region. Now he's sitting at 1-3-2.
Yeah, it's not the first time today, though. We're hearing about undefeated champions go defeated finally when they face a stronger opponent, and Galatasaray, they're just excelling that pressure. We talked about the windows that you would have on Ananasic to be able to take it, but in the top side, you are finally starting to see some light because the Crazy was down so long towards the bottom side.
Galatasaray versus C9.
That does already sound like a banger.
Honestly, with how Galatasaray are playing, I'm wondering if they can challenge for first in the group. It's going to be a close one as here they go once again. And the bullet time comes out, and Unicorns of Love have to flash like Neo from the Matrix. Boss coming in with a Hexagon Ultimatum, but the TP's going to join them up. Alive was the target there for Boss. He manages to survive for a very long time. In the end, he will fall. And Galatasaray with it a couple of times in the first game they played here. Mojito will secure this. Doesn't actually have the smite, but able to take it in time. That's the Ocean. And as you say, yeah, it's very respectful from Crazy, as you say, shoring up some of the weaknesses we perhaps saw from them in the TCL, some of their foibles, some of their flaws. Crazy back.
But it's still going to be so difficult because, yeah, you're going to be forced to start up the objective, and then Galatasaray, they can collapse on you. Sturksting does have flash.
There goes Mojito, and Anasik is stunned up. He's going to have to flash away, and that dragon is ripe for the taking, but Xerxing's already dead. Alive, forced off towards the top side as well. Stun card going on to an Anasik, as well as the dragon secure. That's Ocean Soul for Galatasaray. And in a 3v4, Noman's forced away. Argonaut dead, and Anasik running for the hills. Noman's goes off towards the top side. Doesn't really matter that Unicorns of Love got an equal trade in that fight. They lost the soul, and because of that, well, Noman's going to lose his life as well. Stun card, wild cards, he missed.
It was that.
Fine.
I mean, might be a longer chase, but I mean, he should be able to run him down here. He's got the rapid fire cannon. Sturksting is coming out from the base as well, and okay.
Okay,
I mean,
Nomans. Okay.
Is that execute?
Oh, that's actually well played by Nomans. Good job getting the execute. However, does mean that he is a little bit mismatched with the rest of his team's death timers. Boss going in here as Anasik tries to join the fight. Mojito trading onto Boss. Boss will get the shutdown. Crazy going in, but the hookshot wall dive will get
careful about it, and that is the Galatasaray way. They like to take it slow. They like to not risk it until they find a team fight where they know they can outplay them.
Well, Mojito tried to jump away here, but the chains are going to land. Santa's on the chase as well with the curse of the sad mummy. Mojito might be caught out. Rampage happens as Balulu is able to kill off Argonaut. Mojito still in the midst of 4 will go down. 1-for-1 trade so far in this fight. Balulu's still on the chase. Gold card locked in. Santa's locked down. Crazy jumping forward, and Santos goes in, sacrifices himself for the good of the team. He will fall. And Anasik and Noman's survive up towards the top side. Boss will be shut down.
He's just going to parkour all his way down to the Baron pit.
Balulu has that stun card locked in. Crazy stepping forward. There we are. Trundle stunned up. Baron disengaged from Galatasaray, deciding they didn't want to fight it without their jungler. Noman's does have that Banshees, is able to jump away. The exhaust going down, and Alive is on the chase. Noman's dashes back straight into the waiting arms of Balulu, who will secure his 5th kill of the game. Of 19 kills, he has been involved in 16 of them on this Twisted Fate.
It does slow down a potential Baron, but Balulu, he does have TP. Yes, exactly. He's just going to go for it immediately. I mean, you have more members now. You can still contest it. And Anasik, no flash though, so they need to find some sort of way to get into the pit or some sort of CC chain to kill someone.
Santos does not have Curse of the Sad Mummy. It's about to come a cooldown, and the bullet time will kill off Argonaut before Unicorns of Love really had a chance to approach. Baron down to 2,000, and Anasik without flash, without a way into the pit, will have to give this one up. When you're 10,000 gold in the hole, perhaps you'd be hoping you picked up a little bit more throughout it. Double up is going to land there onto Argonaut. He is forced back underneath this tower. Single auto attack takes him down to half of his health pool. Boss forced down towards the bottom side of the fight. Meanwhile, Crazy continues to split push, continues to pressure by himself. This cannon minion and Alive doing a lot of work to the tower, and that is the mid lane inhibitor tower down. No Man's jumping forward. Balulu continues to have that gold card of death locked above his head, and as soon as it goes down, Unicorns of Love can step up.
There's just nothing they can do about it. The waves necessarily not even that saying. Crazy was taking care of the tier 2 turret while the rest of them was just knocking down the inhib tower. Now as a 5-man unit, they're just gonna take care of the last one down towards the bottom lane.
So here's the problem if you're Unicorns. You see that damage No Man's just did? It's gone already because Galatasaray just healed up straight away with the Ocean Soul. They then get a kill onto Santos. They then get a kill onto Boss. And Galatasaray, the TCL representatives, are looking to close out the day undefeated. 2-0 is the scoreline that will be read tomorrow by Shocks. Galatasaray in such a strong position as they continue to push in. Double inhibitors down. Baron buff remains for 50 seconds, and Anasik, No Man's, and Argonaut really can't defend against the second Nexus tower goes down. Galatasaray, defying many's expectations, go undefeated on day 1.
It's huge for Turkey. We're